Meanwhile, the Johnson Governors are back for the first time in 13 years. The bragging rights for St. Paul are on the line. Hill Murray versus Johnson in Game 4.
Well, we are back at the St. Paul Civic Center. Ralph John Fritz along with Mark Rosen, and this is the one that's been getting all the fanfare, Mark. It's Hill Murray, the defending champions. They were 28-0 last year. They come in here with only 2 losses against St. Paul Johnson. The team hasn't been here in 13 years, and of course both teams average about 8 goals per game.
I don't think we'll see a defensive struggle in this one. St. Paul Johnson is a team that can fall behind by 2 or 3 goals, and they can still come back and beat you.
We'll have more on tonight's final game in just a moment. This is continuing coverage of the 1984 Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
It's the defending champions, Hill Murray, taking on St. Paul Johnson. The Governors are 22-3. Hill Murray is 22-2. It's Section 3 against 4. And let's go down to the public address announcer for the starting lineups.
And now let's meet the champions of Section 3, the Hill Murray Pioneers. First, sophomore goaltender, number 1, Rick Horvath. Senior defenseman, number 2, Mark Stonich. Junior defenseman, number 3, Dave Schwartz. Senior defenseman, number 4, Mark Nowicki. Senior defenseman, number 5, Bob Lear. Senior center and defenseman, number 6, Todd Norman. Junior defenseman, number 11, number 7, Mike Roth. Senior right wing, number 8, Paul Sifko. Junior defenseman, number 9, Dave Griffith. Senior left wing, number 10, Tony Carella. Junior right wing, number 11, Tom Grasky. Senior right wing, number 12, Jeff Thomas. Junior center, number 14, Bill Zelenik. Senior left wing, number 15, Ted Bolio. Senior left wing, number 16, Jim Barichka. Sophomore center, number 17, Mark Johnson. Senior center, number 18, Jim Jerley. Sophomore left wing, number 19, Steve Rollick. Senior right wing, number 20, Steve Hurt. Senior goaltender, number 21, Tim Gallish. Coaching the Pioneers, Terry Skrybeck. His assistant is Bill Lechner. And now let's meet the champions of Section 4, the St. Paul Johnson Governors. Junior goaltender, number 1, Tim DeRose. Junior defenseman, number 2, Jeff Potter. Senior defenseman, number 3, Todd Bardison. Senior defenseman, number 4, Don Berthium. Sophomore defenseman, number 6, Steve Gaylor. Senior defenseman, number 7, Rick Larson. Senior wing, number 8, Bill Fish. Senior wing, number 9, Tom Wallach. Senior center, number 10, Jim Howe. Senior center, number 11, Greg Olander. Senior wing, number 12, Dewey Wallen. Junior wing, number 14, Chris Boxmeyer. Sophomore center, number 15, Jim Shermack. Sophomore defenseman, number 17, Paul Petrus. Junior wing, number 18, Tom Fox. Sophomore wing, number 19, Mitch Converse. Senior wing, number 21, Tom Leibel. Sophomore wing, number 22, Herb Harvey. Sophomore wing, number 23, Pat Barrett. And junior goaltender, number 35, Dave Dembowski. Coaching the Governors, Rod Magnuson, and his assistant is Len Kamnikar. On the scoreboard, Hill Murray is the visitor, Johnson is the home team. Your officials for this game are Carson Midland and Buzz Olson. Starting in goal for the Pioneers.
Lou, you talk about these two great hockey teams, 22-2, 22-3. Hill Murray has won the only meeting between the two schools, 5-2. What can one team expect from the other?
No, St. Paul Johnson beat Hill Murray the other time 4-1, so they've each got to win. 3-goal difference. They both look like they're equal teams. Wallen from the Gubbies is the best scorer in the state, probably. He's got 50 goals. You have to look at that Hill Murray team. Todd Norman's the most highly rated high school player this year by Central Scouting. He's been here before. Their center ice is pretty strong. Jurley and the youngster Mark Johnson, by the way, who's only a sophomore, looks very good. Two teams that have great scoring capabilities. They've got good goaltending. It should be a fine matchup.
We are ready for the action to begin as Tim Gallish will be the goaltender tonight. For Hill Murray as Terry Sprypak looks on. And DeRose will get the call here for the Gubbies, or the Governors.
Both DeRose and Dembowski each played 10 games, regular season 9-1 each.
And their coach, Rod Magnuson, said he's going to rotate them. So here we go from center ice in this quarterfinal game. And it's picked up by Gaylor, playing it in over the blue line. On the far side, knocking it down is Hill Murray, setting it up, and this is Norman, moving it over the blue line on the left side, ripping a shot at the net. It went wide. It comes all the way back to the right point, and Schwartz can't hold the zone. Mike Rod back over to pick it up in behind the net. Rod with the puck on the breakout to Norman, Grasky and Corella. On the right side is Grasky, left wing intended for Corella, and he's tied up by Gaylor down in the corner. The centering pass is cleared. Berthium, and Berthium along the boards on the far side, and Norman, and it comes up ice, and it's Wallen playing it to the neutral zone. Broke it up there as Rollick, Jurley, and Hurt come on now for Hill Murray. That is Rollick with the puck. The back defensively is Schwartz on the near side, and he angled it off the boards, and it goes in behind the Rose. The Rose playing it on the near side. Fox, Howe, and Fish out now for St. Paul Johnson. The Governors losing only 3 times this year. Coming it over the blue line. It's Fox with the puck. And he tried to pass off. And Fish and Howe were both there, but it was broken up and brought back to the neutral zone over to Howe. Out of the blue line of Hill Murray, played ahead by Steve Hurt. Hurt cutting through the defense. Shot in the save by the goaltender, Tim Gallish. And it's set up back into behind the net. Coming over is Rollick. And he moved it out in the slot, and it's cleared by the Governors. 13:27 remaining here in the opening period. Stonich with the pass ahead. There's Rollick's drive. It's off the plexiglass. Back into behind the net goes Bartison. Here's Bartison, 18 points in the year. Stick handling with a puck. And that is broken up as Hill Murray carries it in over the line. Jeff Thomas whistle, and play is blown down at the blue line of St. Paul.
Well, you're looking at Coach Terry Skrypek, a fellow that won the state championship last year. He's very confident in his team. He's got 12 returning lettermen from those state championship team that he had last year, and a couple of them out here tonight came out with a great deal of enthusiasm, that being Norman and Hurt, both putting on some pressure on that Johnson defense.
And going back is Barrett on the far side. It was held in. Bolio working with Johnson and Thomas for Hill Murray. And the puck is loose in the corner. That is Thomas, who wears number 12. On the near wing is Barrett around the boards, picking it up on the breakout pass. Here's Wallach. Wallach to center ice, has to retrieve it. And he overskated the puck coming back in over the line. That is Johnson with it. Mark Johnson tried a backhanded centering pass. And we are showing 12:34 remaining in a scoreless first period. As St. Paul Johnson, the Governors go back and regroup in their own zone. Petrus and Barrett back defensively. The pass ahead to Harvey, taken away, and played by Norman, back it over the line. Norman is tied up as Hill Murray setting it up outside the blue line. Grasky, 25 points on the year, and Corella off on the near wing. The pass to Grasky slides down in the corner, and it's Barrett chasing it along with Grasky on the wing and Corella working in the corner. It comes back over to Barrett. Barrett angling it off the near boards over to Harvey. Harvey stick handling with the puck, fires it out to center ice, knocked down by Corella, and the puck loose in the near wing, back in the Hill Murray zone. Mark Stonich, 17 points on the year. He'll bring it up ice. Stonich hit over the blue line. Stonich centering it toward this line, and it was clear as the Governors come back, and then stolen again by Hill Murray, re-intercepted by St. Paul and played in over the line. Whistle and play will be stopped. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Murray coming out with a great deal of fire, having that puck in the Johnson zone, not letting Johnson get set up at all.
And now it's the Pioneers trying to clear it out as the Governors hold it in down to the corner of the near side. The pass intended for Leibel. Back to the point to Berthium, and his shot is deflected. Berthium holding it in. His shot is knocked down by Gallish. Covering up right out in front. Diving out of the slot area is Gallish to make the save.
Well, a good opportunity there, and that's the line that Hill Murray's got to stop. The line of Olander, Walling, and Leibel all around Gallish at that time. A shot coming from the blue line, and you see right in front that number 11 Zolander. He's right beside the net hoping for a deflection or get a rebound, but as that puck came free, Gallish falls on it as he gets some help from his defenseman.
And it's set up to Bardison. Bardison on the wing, going to Fox, right out in front, shot to goal by Jim Howe, his 35th goal of the year. And St. Paul Johnson has taken a 1-0 lead.
Well, St. Paul Johnson winning a key faceoff, keeping that puck in there. Fox to Howe. Howe getting that shot away quickly on the short side of Gallish, putting him in the lead 1-0 right away. After Hill Murray loses the draw right there, some real good effort by Fox to steal the puck, backhand pass to Howe. Howe at the faceoff circle, lets fly with a quick wrist shot. You see him right here, just snap it off, don't stop it. He doesn't let Gallish set up at all, gets him on the short side. So the Gubbies, after being pressured for the first few minutes, finally get the puck down in Hill Murray's zone and capitalize after they win a face-off on a goal by Howe.
And the Lou have now outscored their opponents 72-6 in the first period. I guess you'd call that domination, huh?
They've got a great scoring machine, this hockey club, led by, as we said, Wallen with 50.
And it's played back now to Dave Schwartz, 11 points on the year for the Pioneers. And he's chased by Fox on the near wing, and the pass to Thomas, held in, and it's pushed by Bardison toward the net, deflected to center ice. Coming over is Larson to stick handle with a puck to the blue line, and it's broken up there. Roth with it. Roth with it on the far wing as Hill Murray tries to set it up. It comes back over to Rick Larson. He has 26 points in a year, and he plays it in over the blue line. 10:23 remaining in the first period. Thomas tried to clear the zone. It was held in by Larson. Intercepted and held in by Harvey. His shot, and Gallish with the save, and play is stopped. And there's a break in the action, and we'll be right back with the Minnesota State. Face-off coming up to the left side of Gallish. Back in the Pioneer zone, the defending state champions. Winning the title last year, 28-0. And it's moved up ice, and it goes up over the glass and out of play.
Can you imagine the Gubbies' three top scorers have 110 goals amongst them? Well, You look at Hill Murray's 3 top goal scorers, and they have 64. Quite a difference.
You're talking about Wallen with 52 goals, Howe with 34 goals, and Leibel with 32 goals. Some impressive scoring statistics for the Governors. And it's played it over the blue line. This is Norman working the wing to Grasky, and it doesn't work. On the passing combination, and the Gubbies break it out of their own zone. And it's moved up ice, and down goes Harvey as Norman took him away from the play, and whistle and play will be stopped, Lou Nanny.
Well, Todd Norman had a pretty good hold on him, and it looked like it could have been a very close to a questionable call on that one.
The score is 1-0 on the 35th goal of the year by Jim Howe, with the assist going to Tom Fox's 20th of the year, and also to Bartison on the assist, and for him number 16 of the year. And it's set up now along the near boards, or pardon me, the assist going to Schwartz, not Bartison, and moving it in now. Here's Dewey Wallen with it back in behind the net. Around the boards on the near side with 9:35 remaining. And it's played back in behind the cage. Going over to work with the puck is Stoney's. Stoney's with it, breaking it out, intended for Norman, broken up by Wallen. Wallen back in over the line, trying to go to Leibel. And we have had our first penalty of the hockey game called. And whistle and play will be stopped with 9:16 remaining. The score is 1-0. This is Hockey 84 live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
Well, you see Todd Norman, number 6. He had gotten away with one earlier, but right here he pulls Dewey Wallen down. He gets a hooking penalty, allowing Johnson to go into power play. Norman trying to get Wallen stick in the air, got a piece of his shoulder too, pulled him down, and now will serve 2 minutes unless the Gubbies score before that.
And it's set up now. Holding the zone is Berthium, cleared from his stick. And the Pioneers work it up ice. Rollick with it. He's tied up on the near side. And Berthium back to the blue line. Taken away by Schwartz. Schwartz in the lead pass. Trying to go off over to Rollick. Coming back is Olander to pick it up. Here's Olander sliding it cross ice. The return to Berthium. There's Berthium coming in over the blue line on the left side over to Dewey Wallen. Wallen forced away from the play. And Rollick found an opening and he played it up the ice. Knocking it down is DeRose. Back in behind goes Gaylor. Gaylor with the puck working on the far side. The man advantage here. 1:20 remaining on the penalty time to Norman. The Governors here with the lead. Coming in over the blue line, and a shot there by Wallen, and the save made of the rebound. Comes all the way back to Gaylor. Gaylor going to the blue line of the Pioneers, and there is Berthium to play it in over the line. Knocked down and coming back the other way. With it is Roth, and he drove it down in the zone of the Governors. St. Paul going back. That is Larson, who wears number 7. 22-2, 22-3 on the year, playing it up ice. Hill Murray, 22-2. Played in the corner, back in behind the net now. Working the wing, and a heavy check along the boards, throwing against Fish. And it's set up now. Still with a man advantage. Just under 40 seconds remaining. And Bartison with a drive. Tipped out front, and it just went wide as Fish tipped it in front of the net. The Governors still have 27 seconds of power play hockey remaining. They lead it 1-0 here at the St. Paul Civic Center. Cross ice and a drive. Picked out by Gallis. And the rebound goes to Turley, and he fires it out of the zone. And DeRose looking for help as he whirls and fires it to the near wing. Bartison moving up ice. And this is Harvey, number 22. Whistle and play will be stopped. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
You'll see a fine shot here by Herb Harvey on the left side, taking a good low slap shot, only to have it saved by Gallish. Harvey making a smart move, keeping it down. He saw a man in front. He could have deflected or got a rebound. Gallish fortunately kicked it out far enough to his own man.
And Gallish has a 1.5 goals against average. Hill Murray is averaging 7.8 while allowing 1.8 goals per game.
Well, Hill Murray effectively killed off that penalty. However, Johnson looking sharp in the offensive zone, moved that puck around, had a couple of good chances. They've got a good quarterback back there, Rick Larson, number 7. He's not big. He's only 5'9", 145-pound defenseman, but he handles that puck extremely well.
Shermack in the face-off circle for St. Paul Johnson. It'll come up to the left side, back in the Pioneer zone. Both teams at equal strength with a 7:07 remaining in the period. And it's loose now, down, back to the point of the right side. A shot is fired. It was blocked out front. And it came back, and a shot fired again. 2 by Petrus in a row. And it's played by Barrett back in behind the cage. Over to try and pick it up is Stonich. Stonich working behind the net. Stonich is tied up, but he got it on the near side to Grasky. Grasky to Norman. Norman with the puck. Norman to the blue line of the Governors. Whistle, and play will be stopped there, Lou Nanny.
Well, a bad pass to Norman. He was going with speed. If they could have got him a good pass, he's got great speed. He's got good strength. When he heads to the outside like that, he might have been able to gain the zone, set up a play. The pass behind him, he had to reach back for, force an offside. At the same time, he also took a heavy check on the play.
6:39 remaining in a 1-0 period, and St. Paul Johnson leading it 1-0. Coming in over the blue line, this is Leibel coming in. Shot knocked down, point-blank range. Olander and Gallish with a big save.
And a great play by Leibel to Olander. Just a fabulous play.
And it's set up just outside the blue line. And Lou, when you make it work like that, you can understand why they come up with those big point totals.
Boy, that was quite a play. Leibel coming down, making a good move to cut in on the net. He finds Olander all alone. On the cross side, it looked like he was going to have a wide open net to put the Gubbies out by 2.
And this is Leibel in over the line. Look out, Dewey Wallen with his shot. And it's knocked down by Gallish. Whistle, and play will be stopped.
You can see why these 3 fellas had such a fine year in the scoring bracket. They move quick, they move the puck well, they break for the openings, they got good speed, good quickness, even though they're not big, especially a fella, you take Olander, 5'8", 150, he's right in the thick of things.
15 goals and 30 assists for a total of 45 points, including the sectional play. And the face-off coming up. Jurley trying to draw it. Wallen with a shot. Deflected and held in. And with it is Gaylor with a shot. That's wide. It comes to the near wing to the point. Over to Berthume. Berthume down to the corner, centered right out in front as Leibel was there. And Schwartz trying to clear it with help. Hill Murray back in their own zone. They're trailing in the game 1-0 on the goal which was scored by Howe. Moving up ice, this is Steve Hurt in over the blue line. Hurt cross ice, and it hit the skate. As a scoring opportunity goes by the board is Wallach, Jurley, and Hurt. But the pass came across the crease and it hit the skate.
Well, Hurt made a good play, cutting for the net. He got an opening. He could have shot. He saw Wallach with a better position. He made a bad pass to him behind him. Wallach couldn't put it in the open net.
And moving back in over the line, this is Howe playing it in the corner. And it's cleared to the point and out of the zone, and coming back over to pick it up. That is Larson. As Lou Nanny said, the quarterback of the Governors, and a fine player. Larson, 26 points of the year. In over the blue line, played down to the corner of the far side, and chasing it there is Griffith, trying to get some help. Centered right out in front, and it's shot wide as another scoring opportunity goes by the board here. Several opportunities on the part of both teams here in the first period. 4:53 remaining in the first period of play. It's 1-0. Griffith with it on the pass ahead to Beaulieu. Beaulieu trying to go to Mark Johnson, deflected and turned around by the Governors. And there's Howe driving it in the zone. And it goes off over to Griffith on the far side, trying to wrist it ahead. And Griffith getting help on the pass from Stonich, his partner on defense. On the lead to Johnson, and coming back is Herb Harvey. 26 points of the year. Harvey throwing it around the boards is his pass, and the Governors set it up now in the neutral zone. And the pass ahead, coming up ice, hit over the line, trying to get something set up. Shermack is there. Work back in the corner, and some heavy hitting going on too, Lou. Hard-checking game.
Both teams using the body very well.
And it's played back out to center ice to Bartison. Bartison back in over the Pioneer line. Moving away from the check of Roth. Bartison with it right out in front. Gallish pushed it aside, and Hill Murray on the way back. Schwartz is trailing Beaulieu, who drives it into the zone. And Harvey back over to pick it up. Harvey trying and did move around Grasky, and he moved past Corella. And he's cut off by Norman at the blue line. And the puck is loose as Hill Murray sets it up in the neutral zone. In a 1-0 game, the Pioneers are down, and Norman is taken out of the play by Dewey Wallen, who's headed to the penalty box. And the score is 1-0. This is Hockey 84 live.
Dewey Wallen sitting in the penalty box for holding as he lost his stick and just grabs Todd Norman here. Watch this, he's got no stick, so He just figures I'll stop him one way or the other, but that way's costly. He's going to go in the penalty box for 2 minutes, giving Hill Murray the opportunity right now to get a goal.
And they're down by the lone goal, which came at the 4:55 mark of the period. That is Mark Stonich, his senior, setting it up back in behind his own net. The Pioneers lost only 2 games all year, and they set it up, clearing it in over the blue line, intended for Jurley. And it's Gaylor firing it back out to center ice. There is Norman, number 6. Norman in over the blue line to the right side. Norman with a puck down in the corner. Norman and Berthiaume, and it's Norman back to the point on the near side, and Jurley with it. And it's set up now, and a shot goes cross ice to the point on the left side as they try to go to Stonich. And it's picked up by Norman, and he flipped it up the far wing, knocked down to move past Jurley, and fired back to the Pioneer blue line. Set up by Norman at center ice. Todd Norman, 61 points in the year, including 5 hat tricks. And it's set up, and with it is Jurley. Jurley on the pass, and it comes in over the blue line to Carella. Carella has a man in the slot. That is Jurley. Carella centers it, and it's back over to Stonich. His drive, knocked out of the backhander, is taken by Jurley. And it goes up over the glass and out of play.
Well, a good opportunity for Jurley after Stonich takes a good low shot. The rebound comes to him. Jurley right around the net, trying to put that one in. He couldn't do it. Hill Murray right now a little frustrated. They had the opportunity to tie this game at. One thing Hill Murray's doing, however, in the central ice zone and the neutral zone, they're getting the puck. They're all standing flat-footed. Johnson was just keeping them out of the zone until Jurley finally got the puck on the wide side, was able to break in the zone. They've got to come up that ice with speed if they're going to get in good position in Johnson's zone to set up.
And we have 47 seconds remaining on the penalty time to Dewey Wallen. Norman will let it go, and it's picked out of the air by Jim DeRose.
What a shot by Todd Norman. He comes right up the middle. The St. Paul Johnson defense sags enough to give him the blue line. As he gets across the blue line, he just unloads with a slap shot. Here's Norman. They're giving him the blue line. They should stand up on him. They let him come in. They sag just enough he can use him for a screen. And what a save by DeRose as he gloved that one, pulled it right out of the net.
Would you say he has a good glove hand? It's set up, and it's moved to the wing on the near side with 1:58 remaining in the period. It is a 1-0 game. Jurley with a puck, and he works it behind the Governor net. Around to the pass to Stonich. Stonich going cross ice, and Carella off over to Hurt. Here's Hurt with a shot, and the save by DeRose.
Well, the Gubbies looking to break away, had 3 men up at the blue line trying to tip that puck by Stonich. They almost got caught because the puck was turned over to Hill Murray. They had 3 people in the zone, Hurt, Jurley, and Carella. The shot taken from the top of the circle. DeRose all alone grabs it and holds on to it to get a face-off. A little carelessness on the Gubbies' part right there. You think defense first when you're in your own zone, especially when you're a man down.
And now 13 seconds remaining at a penalty time as the Governors clear it all the way back as Gallies will whip it up the near boards, and he does to center ice. And coming over to pick it up is Howe, who has the lone goal of the game. His 35th of the year. And Dewey Wallen is back out of the ice. Both teams at full strength. And it's Hurt playing it in over the blue line. And going back over is Dewey Wallen to pick it up. Dewey Wallen now will move it out of the zone in the pass to Leibel. Take it away. Played ahead by Thomas. Cleared from here stick. This is Dewey Wallen. Wallen tried to move around the defenseman, but it's set up. And a shot by Leibel is just wide. We have 1 minute remaining in period number 1 from the St. Paul Civic Center. Howe right out in front. Oh, and Leibel had Gallies down. And he pushed it wide.
After a fine play by Howe to Leibel all alone in front, he just missed the net by about a foot.
Johnson and Thomas combined. That is Johnson trying to go to Thomas. And it's turned away by the Governors and broken up at center ice by Thomas. And skating back is Don Berthiaume to pick it up. And that breakout pass is intercepted by Mark Johnson. Circling in the corner. Berthiaume trying to take it away. Johnson flips it on the wing on the far side. Over to Carella. Carella and Johnson and Grasky out. And it's moved toward the slot to Carella. Turned back by the Governors. 1-on-2 going the other way. Poke checked away. At center ice is Dewey Wallen trying to split the defense. And we have 5 seconds remaining in the first period of play. It has been an up and down period with a lot of action, but the only goal coming at 4:55, and it was scored by Howe, his 35th of the year, Lou.
And he almost set up Leibel for one in the last minute when Howe stole that puck, fed it to Leibel all alone in front. Leibel using his head, fake Galish down, then he missed the open side. But a great period of action, tremendous pace, up and down, very quick, both teams. The Gubbies coming out a little slow for the first 3 minutes, finally getting the puck downhill Murray zone, capitalizing on a mistake, and since that time it's been going up and down.
And let's hope it continues, Lou. And right now, let's go down to sports control.
Whew. Well, excitement on every shift in that first period.
I'll tell you, look at the score, 1-0, not indicative of the type of play. That's the fastest period of hockey we've had in this tournament so far.
You saw the goal, of course, earlier in the period, but I love that save by little Tim DeRose. I say little, he's only 5'4", weighs 130 pounds. The quick glove save on Todd Norman, who has one of the most explosive shots in the state. He had 5 hat tricks this year. He's already said he's going to North Dakota, one of the most highly sought-after players in the state of Minnesota.
We saw what DeRose can do. They split goaltenders at Johnson. Now, no matter what DeRose says, Rod Magnuson says he will go with Dombrowski. Dave Dombrowski, his second goaltender tomorrow. So that remains to be seen.
I wonder if he'll say that if DeRose shuts out.
Well, that's what I asked him. I said, if he shuts him out and makes 42 saves, he said, I don't care if he makes 142 saves. I'll go the other way. They've split all season. That's the way he operates.
And I guess that's the way it should be.
Right. They call themselves the dynamic duo. So there you are.
Speaking of goaltenders, Ralph, Tom Hanneman is with one of the heroes from last year's Hill Murray team. Tom?
That's right, Mike Schweitz, who was a very, very busy young man last year. He was in goal for Hill Murray when they beat Burnsville 4-3. And at this point, let's take a look before we go on at some of the excitement after the game last year.
I feel like it's something words can't express. It's something I dreamed up all my life to play here, but to win it is just something that's steeped on, and I have nothing to say. I'm speechless.
Had to be one of the more exciting nights of your life, Mike.
Yeah, it was. I really like that. I think about it all the time. I'm going to college now, and yet I still think about it sometimes. I lay at bed at night and just think about things run through my mind.
What did winning the state tournament mean to you personally?
Well, it meant something that not a lot of people get a chance to do, and it also gave me the opportunity to probably play college hockey because a lot of scouts come and they recruit, and probably gave me the opportunity to play college hockey.
You're playing college hockey now in San Diego International University, doing quite well against the Gophers a few games ago. You had 57 saves.
I wanted to come home. I thought, geez, my homecoming, and a lot of my relatives and fans are going to be home. I thought, geez, I just got to go out there and play solid hockey. And I really surprised myself.
All right, Michael, thank you so much for taking time to come down here. Back to Sports Control.
Okay, just to give you an example of what the state hockey tournament means to these players, Mike Schweitz's parents did not know he was coming home. He flew home and surprised them and said, here I am. And, of course, everyone at Dick Schweitz's bar, he runs the Schweitz's bar here in St. Paul watching, and they're proud of him.
I'm sure it's an inspiration for those Hill Murray teammates to have him back here again, too.
You bet.
This is Hockey 84, continuing coverage of the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament. The number of chances both teams had in that first period.
No, you can't really go by the highlights in this period because there were many more of them besides the scoring. This is a score, and this is Jim Howe getting the pass. You know, we talk about perfect pass plays. There were a lot of those in this first period, but this is the old pass and shoot. Tom Fox 18 to Jim Howe. He got the goal, and Johnson has the lead 1-0. That's the goal of the game.
And here's the save of the game by Tim DeRose on Todd Norman. A lot of players, you know, they wouldn't let the guy take that shot. They actually would let him take it, but DeRose, with a quick glove save, there's a great shot from behind the net. Excellent camera work is an example of the kind of speed that Norman has on that shot. DeRose, great reflex action. Difficult to teach someone how to make a save like that.
Todd Norman is an excellent hockey player. Of course, he's heading for North Dakota. But even in slow motion, that shot was fast, like you say, getting to the goal.
Let's look at the saves in that first period. For DeRose, he had 7. That last one was the toughest one. Tim Galish, 5 saves for Hill Murray. Talking about Hill Murray, Coach Terry Skrypak said, you know, this year has been a lot tougher. We were a machine 1 year ago. It's been a lot tougher for them emotionally. The last game, really, the victory over St. Paul Johnson was the one that turned the corner emotionally for them. They're going to have to get some of that emotion back here in the second period.
Because they trail Johnson right now, 1-0 after one period. The Johnson Governors leading Hill Murray. This is continuing coverage of the 1984 Minnesota High School Hockey Tournament. After one period of play, the Johnson Governors won, Hill Murray nothing. And Mark, a Johnson alum, right there, that lady, we don't have her name, but she told one of our people down on the ice that someone in their family heard that they called and said they were watching this game in Canada, in the province of Alberta, believe it or not. So,
well, let's say hello to all our friends up in Alberta, Canada tonight.
First the nation, then the continent, then the world. Who knows? Huh?
A lot of Johnson fans. It's been 13 years since the St. Paul Johnson Governors have seen action in the state high school hockey tournament, yet they feel this will be their lucky year. Much of their success goes to the support from their student body, who's come together like one big family.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me.
We're just all together, a close school, you might as well say, because we're all, hi, how are you doing? Everybody knows each other. We're all close.
It's hard to call a hallway intimate or a classroom cozy, but at St. Paul Johnson, high school is a nice place to be.
The people, the girls, and just the sports. We have good sports here, and that's a big thing in school, I think.
Like many other schools, Johnson High offers courses in reading, writing, and computerese. But because their Hmong student enrollment is the largest in the state, the students have a unique opportunity to learn about another culture firsthand.
According to Mr. Fu Yang, a former Hmong military officer.
Even though language is sometimes a barrier, Johnson High is a place every student can feel at home.
My favorite part of school is friends.
St. Paul Johnson has the distinction of owning the largest kiln in the Midwest. Even so, it's kept busy around the clock. It's a well-known fact that when the Johnson Governors play hockey, only a few of the students actually see action on the ice, while the other 500 team members give it their best shot cheering from the stands.
I think that the school spirit accounts for 50% of the hockey scores. That's true. I agree.
It's been 13 years since St. Paul Johnson played in the state tournament, but all superstition aside, they feel 1984 is the year their time has come.
You know, many of the players in this tournament are wearing skates that cost upwards of $200 a pair. That's right, $200 a pair. But even at those prices, it is essential to keep your skates sharp and in a competitive edge. Susan Summers of WCCO Television reports.
Long before they're old enough to play in this tournament, many kids are getting their skates sharpened at least once a week, and they're paying about $1.25 for each trip. John Roberts has been sharpening skates for 13 years. He says it can be hazardous.
You can get your hand in the way of a moving grinding wheel and grind some skin off. I've done that before. You can occasionally cut yourself on sharp edges, or you can get foreign matter, steel grinding filings in your eye from the sharpening wheel if you're not wearing your safety glasses, and that I've done before too.
The job also has its rewards.
It's enjoyable. After 13 years, you watch kids grow up and go off to college playing hockey, and the next time you see them, they're bringing their children in.
John first checks each blade to make sure that it's straight. He then puts it through a crosswise grinder to take out the nicks and to make sure that it's curved properly. The bottom of each blade is curved or rockered as though it were an arc of a circle. The amount of rocker will vary from skater to skater. A forward may want a lot of rocker so that he can maneuver better. A defenseman might prefer to have his blades flattened out a little bit to get a firmer position on the ice, like a speed skater. From the crosswise grinder, the blade goes into a lengthwise grinder to be hollowed out, again like the arc of a circle, and again according to personal preference. Many skaters don't want too much hollow on this soft indoor ice, but you can still pick out two distinct edges if you lie a coin across the blade and look very closely. Next, the sharpener will pass an oil stone along each side of the blade to remove any burrs which might be left from sharpening. And finally, a check to make sure the blade is sharp.
One way you can tell if your skates are dull is to peel the fingernail, scrape your fingernail on the edge, and it'll peel it right off. Shave your fingernail on it. Very sharp skate.
St. Paul Johnson leading Hill Murray by the score of 1-0. This is Hockey 84, continuing coverage of the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Howe getting his 35th goal of the year, and St. Paul Johnson leads Hill Murray 1-0 after one in Lunati in a period in which they were going up and down the ice.
Well, the pace was as fast as we've had all day long. Besides that, we saw a great deal of execution by both teams, giving each of them an opportunity to score. Each club very, very potent up front. We know that. They've got great scoring abilities. They've got fine balance. Each team, as we said, defeated the other during the course of the season by 3 goals. So anybody can win this game, and I anticipate that this pace is going to continue all the way through. Both teams well-conditioned, strong, fast, quick. Makes for a very exciting hockey game, Paul.
And Gallish had 5 saves in the first period, and DeRose had a total of 7. We'll begin the middle period with both teams at full strength. At whistle and advancement of the puck with a hand, and we'll have a face-off coming up again.
Nice little play by Dewey Wallen there. He thought he could just get that puck and move it ahead. He saw Leibel cutting through the middle, and hopefully it was going to be let go, but he did pass it with his hand. We'll have the face-off done over.
And the draw comes back down to the Governor's zone, and coming back is Gaylor. Gaylor back of his own net, wristing it on the far side. It was tipped by Norman, but backhanded to the blue line, held in. That is Grasky, number 11, pushing it toward the net. Grasky got it back and then fired a shot, but it's cleared. Olander, right side. Wallen moving in, and Gallish put it up, and Wallen tipped over the top of Gallish.
Well, Wallen was breaking for the net, and at the same time, Schwartz was going to cut him off. Wallen just couldn't control his balance there. He got cut off by Schwartz just enough to knock him off balance, and Gallish had moved out to freeze that puck. He landed right on top of Gallish. We'll see it again. They're looking at Gallish right now, making sure that he's okay. I'm sure he is. You see Schwartz cutting off Wallen just a little bit right here. See him lean into him? That was enough to knock him over, and he lands right on top of Gallish. But basically landed on his back. I'm sure that he's okay.
And Lou, talking about goaltenders, how about St. Paul Johnson, the Governors? They have a couple of records, one of which is 11 shutouts in all tournament games, but they have also been shut out 4 consecutive times, which is a record. But how about the most saves in one game? You remember Doug Long? He had 61 saves back in 1970 in one game, and that was a 4-3 victory.
He certainly did have a lot of work, played very well.
And the most saves in a tournament, 124 saves.
Gallish is back on his feet now, and certain he's okay.
And the score is 1-0. This is Hockey 84. 14:35 remaining in the second period. St. Paul Johnson leads it 1-0. And a shot by Larson is deflected off the body and picked up. Coming in over the line. That was Jurley with the puck. Jurley on the pass-up. There's the shot. It was taken by Roddick. And it's loose now off of the far side. And we've got a
from under him, a tripping penalty going to happen right in front of the referee. As you see Bartison trying to break away. And now St. Paul Johnson having the opportunity to go into power play, extend their lead. Rollick going to the penalty box for tripping. He did that right in front of the referees, not the place to trip anyone. He's a little upset with himself right there.
That's only the 3rd minor of the game call. 2 on the Pioneers of Hill Murray.
You see the call right here. You see Bartison steal the puck. Now he's going to go, and here's a little tripping call.
And action continues now as the Governors set it up. And it comes cross ice, and the pass goes to Larson. Larson cross ice to the far wing. That's broken up by Jurley. Jurley in front of the Governor's bench flips it down to the far wing. 13:58 remaining in the second period, and the Governors with the man advantage for 1 minute and 35 more seconds. And moving it up ice now, controlling it on the right side is Howe into the blue line. He is the lone goal of the game. And it's wristed but held in by Howe. That is Howe to the right side, backhanding it down to the corner, goes off over the fish, played it behind the net. Stonich there to try and clear, got some help from Thomas, and he angled it off the sideboards, and DeRose knocking it down.
Well, the Gubbies got to get something going. They're not moving up with this kind of speed they have been when they're at full strength. They got to get a little quickness here.
And that is Larson with a little quickness, and Harvey tried to hold the zone. Backing it out to the blue line goes Bartison. Bartison on the lead to Harvey, number 22, working against Schwartz, moved it toward the net. The tip shot by Wallen was wide. And short-handed now. Here's Corella losing control of the puck. Picked up by Howe, played in over the line. Dewey Walling moving in, but Gallish with a stick save, and it's fired the length of the ice.
Good play by Dewey Walling, stepping through people. He's very quick, and around the net, he always seems to get a stick on that puck.
And 25 seconds remaining. Nice steal there by Norman. Norman to Corella, and the pass combination didn't work. Leibel back the other way. Leibel in over the blue line. Leibel is looking for Wallen in the slot, and the pass there was deflected and fired out of the zone, and we're going to be back at full strength here in 5 seconds. 1-0, 35th goal of the year by Howe of St. Paul Johnson. And full strength, and with it is Berthiaume. Then over the line, that is Olander working the left wing. Tried to go to Berthiaume as Hill Murray now, trailing by a goal, tries to set it up at center ice. They had a great year last season, 28-0, winning the championship over Burnsville 4-3. And moving it up ice now with it is Rollick. Here's Rollick, get over the blue line of the far wing. And trying to move it back in behind the net was Hurt. Hurt and Rollick coming up with it. And Rollick right out in front. Tried to get off the shot. Heavy traffic in front of the net. And the whistle and play is going to be stopped. And we've got a little pushing going on.
Well, everybody going for that free puck, but DeRose makes the right move. He freezes that puck with Rollick all alone in front. And then the Gubby defense and forwards come to help him out. DeRose left all alone momentarily. It looked like Rollick was going to be able to spin out in front. You see him right there, 19. He's going to get that puck spin out in front right here and try to put it in. But DeRose very wisely grabbed that puck, not giving him the opportunity to score.
And trying to hold his zone. It was Griffith, but he has to back it out to center ice to set it up. It is a 1-0 game. And Hurt at the blue line whistle went up over the glass and out of play.
Steve Hurt, a big, strong wing for Hill Murray, 6'3", 185. He likes to drive around the outside. He's got the strength to do it. He knows how to lean in. You've got to watch him. He's a very dangerous forward. One other youngster to keep your eye on, number 17 for Hill Murray, Mark Johnson. He's only a sophomore, a great crossman.
Johnson with 20 points in the year, Hurt with 36. That is played down to the corner as Gallish taking a look. Back goes Griffith, one arming it around to the far side. And holding the zone was Howe. Here's Howe with a shot. Gallish with the save. And we've had a penalty called, and we have 11:15 remaining. No penalty called.
St. Paul Johnson getting a lot of good opportunity out of the line of Howe, Fox, and Fish. Howe, a very solid player in the middle, creating opportunities left and right for these Gubbies here tonight.
11 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. It goes back over to Schwartz. Behind the net, coming around to the near side. Now moving it up ice. There's Volio on the pass. It goes to Johnson, cleared back, coming in over the line. That is Fish. Fish off of the pass, trying to get off the backhander. Good defense by the Pioneers. And coming back is Johnson. Johnson worked Fish across ice, and it goes to Thomas. Thomas behind the net. Howe is there. Howe has got a man in the slot. Shot, knocked down. As the save was made on Fox right out in front.
Fox with 2 point-blank opportunities just to be stolen by Gallish after a fine setup by Howe from behind the net. You see right here, Howe behind the net, number 10, going to steal that puck and center it out front to Fox. Fox is all alone right in the doorstep. He takes one swing at it, shot on that save, another one save, and then Gallish freezes it, not allowing anybody else to get another opportunity.
10 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the second period. Only one goal of the game, and it was scored at 4:55 of the first period by Howe, his 35th goal of the year.
It looks like they might be looking for someone's contact or something down there.
And there's a break in the action. We'll be right back. They have won 34 games in tournament play. Norman skating up ice in a hurry, but it was cleared by Gaylor down in the corner as both the sixes go after the puck, and whistle and play will be stopped in the Governor's zone. There's some pretty good alums from St. Paul Johnson, is there not?
Well, there certainly are. Former Governor Wendy Johnson, Herbie Brooks, David Brooks. They've had a lot of good hockey players. Paulie Johnson, Warren Strelo. They've got quite a few hockey players that are prominent in the Minnesota high school scene coming out there.
10:27 remaining in the second period in a 1-0 game. Both teams at full strength. Corella back it over the line on the left side. Whistle and play will be stopped as Norman held up there instead of taking the shot.
Well, Norman couldn't quite control that pass right around the blue line. It just seemed to hit his stick and bounce back. He already went over the blue line, reached back, brought that puck in, causing the offside. Otherwise, he was ready to unload a shot from 45 feet, and he's dangerous from there. As we saw in the first period, he takes a great shot. DeRose had to make a fine glove save.
And it's played down now as DeRose back at his own net. Coming out, trying to go to Dewey Wallen. Corella trying to hold it in. And the puck loose along the near boards, and it's played up ice in the lead. This is Leibel. Leibel trying to pick it up from Stonich. Off of the far side, Grasky to Norman. Norman back over as regrouping now. Griffith played it in over the line as Tony Corella skates down in the corner, but it's slapped away from him by Petrus on the lead to Dewey Wallen. Up ice, here's Olander with a shot from center ice. Gallish with the save, and he hands it off, and it goes to Stoney, who is checked behind the net. Bill Murray on the breakout from their own zone. Corella, 58 points of the year, passing it off, and a shot by Stoney, and whistle and play will be stopped. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School.
The Hill Murray Pioneers being hampered somewhat by bad passing. It's not allowing them to have the kind of attack they usually have up to this point.
And it's flipped in behind the cage, around to the far side over to Hurt. Hurt tried to go back to the point. Hurt tried to pick it up on the wing, playing with Rollick and Jurley. That is Rollick with the puck, and he played it off in the wing. Howe tried to slap it out of the zone, and he did. And Schwartz chasing it down in his own zone. With him defensively is Roth. Schwartz with the puck, and he's checked. And setting it up is Fox through a check, but it's picked up by the Pioneers. It angled around the boards, trying to bring it out of the zone. Nice play by Rollick. Rollick coming in over the line with Hurt, sliding across ice, and it was broken up. And a good job by Bartison. Held in by Schwartz, off over to Rollick with a shot, turned away. This is Bill Fish up ice. Fish on the pass, hit over the line to Howe. His drive at the net is foul. And it went up against the net, and play will be stopped there. And fans of Minnesota hockey, pat yourself on the back. 36,283 today.
And many of them behind the net. The St. Paul Johnson band behind the net, thinking that that shot by Howe had gone into the net. Instead, it got off the backboards on the backside of the net. So they were leaping up with joy, thinking that the Gubbies had gone ahead 2-0.
Howe getting the only goal of the game. This is Gaylor with a puck. He tried to play it ahead. It was knocked down by Bolio. But coming back is Griffith going cross ice. And Thomas hit over the blue line, taken away by Shermack. There's Shermack with a puck, comes right wing, intended for Wallach. And it was held in, and back behind the net goes Berthiaume, and he's bumped by Bolio. On the far side now. It goes back over to Berthiaume. Don Berthiaume, the 27 points of the year, trying to set it up. A little carelessness in front of the net. And a backhander, and it was just deflected wide. As Thomas right out in front got the backhander off. Little carelessness there, Lou.
Well, Thomas, Johnson, Beaulieu all around that net had a couple of opportunities, but the backhand went wide.
And with it is Berthiaume trying to get it out. The Pioneers hold it in. Thomas in the slot. And it was cleared to Gaylor in the corner, but held in at the point. There's a shot knocked down. And backhanded out of the zone as DeRose was equal to the task. Another shot deflected by DeRose as Thomas fired that one. And DeRose has looked outstanding here, Lou.
And what a save he had to make on Thomas right there, who's all alone in front. DeRose maintaining his balance, making a fine arm save. Thomas on the doorstep as the Hill Murray Pioneers were putting on all kinds of pressure, led by the line of Johnson, Beaulieu, and Thomas swarming the net, having 3 opportunities, but they couldn't crack DeRose, and the Gubbies lead 1-0. But Hill Murray finally forechecking with the kind of authority that they're noted for.
And it was held in, and coming over to pick it up, Norman is out now with his line mates of Corella and Grasky. That is Grasky on the puck. Coming back over to pick it up is Petrus. Petrus up on the far lane, tried to pass it ahead, and Roth played it back in over the blue line. Petrus tried to flip it out, whistle, and play will be stopped. There's a break in the action. It will be right back. 7:03 remaining in the second period. It's a 1-0 game. Hill Murray is trailing. They have lost only 2 games all year. That's to White Bear Lake and to St. Paul Johnson. And it was played back in over the blue line, and coming back over to pick it up, fired cross ice and moving up ice now. Trying to control it, Barrett off on the pass, and it's in the neutral zone. Coming in over the line, the left side, Leibel off over to Olander. Olander moved it in the high slot area, but it was cleared by Schwartz. 6:32 remaining in period number 2. Here at the St. Paul Civic Center, Corella down in the corner, back to the net, and trying to clear it was Barrett. Right out in front, Corella with the puck. And it comes around over to Norman. Oh, strike one as he didn't give out the shot. Corella does back in with a goal. It's scored by Tom Grasky. His first of the tournament and his 12th goal of the year, and it's 1-1.
Well, Hill Murray getting a little pressure down in the zone around DeRose. Norman keeping it in, finally back to the blue line. A shot by Corella, and all alone in front of the net, you find Grasky. You see him to the right of your screen. That's Grasky 11 putting a backhander by DeRose. Left all alone to DeRose's left. He stays there. He sees the puck gets kept in. And as Corella shoots it, Grasky gets that rebound from DeRose and just puts a backhander by him to tie this game at 1. Fine play by Hill Murray. Corella keeping that puck in with his back to the net, just putting it on the net, allowing Grasky to get the rebound.
So we've got a tie game here as Tom Grasky getting the goal, the junior forward. Had it set up on the far side and played back in over the blue line by Jurley. Knocked down by DeRose as now the Governors regroup in their own zone. That is Larson. Larson with it, wristing it ahead, trying to go to Fish. And it was played back in over the blue line. Larson back over to set it up. Larson behind his own net now. Chasing him is Rollick. Rollick took it away. Rollick tried to move it down to the wing, intended for Hurt, but it's intercepted. Here's the Governors. Back the other way. Larson is taken to the ice. And the Pioneers set it up. Left wing pass is broken up in the neutral zone. And with it is Howe going cross ice on the far side. Hit over the line. Fish tried to go off over to Fox. And this is Hurt with the puck. And it comes back off on the pass over to Griffith. And to the neutral zone. Broken up by Larson, and he flipped it down to the corner. As Tim Gallish looks out as the Pioneers circle. It's Stoney's back in behind his own net. 5 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the second period. And with it is Rollick in his drive and the save by DeRose. And he played it to the ice. And Gaylor is tied up there as he tried to work it along the boards, getting some help. The Governors break it out. The right wing pass comes up ice to Wallach. In over the line. Wallach trying to move around the check of Roth. And trying to set it up was Wallach in the slot. And moving up ice, this is Mark Johnson trying to catch him as Gaylor. And it was cleared from behind nicely by Bartison. But held in shot. Oh, it hit the pipe. As it hit the pipe and popped out off the shot of Thomas. To the point, to Roth. Try to go to the slot. Deflected to the wing to Bartison. And it's played back down in the Pioneer zone. And back to the net now. Setting it up to come out of the zone is Roth. 4 minutes, 16 seconds remaining here in the second period, Lou.
After a fine setup there from Mark Johnson, Thomas just hit that pipe.
And the score is 1-1. This is Hockey 84 live from the St. Paul Civic. It's 1-1 with 4:11 remaining in the second period. And Hill Murray setting it up to bring it out of their own zone in the lead pass over to Norman, and he flipped it down to the corner as Shirley goes after the puck. Working the wing. It comes to Grasky. Grasky, Corella, and Norman out for Hill Murray. Had it set up in the wing on the near side. That is Corella, number 10. Laying it in behind the net. They have Norman in the slot. They try to get him the puck. And diving out is DeRose. And he made the save.
Well, you could tell how evenly matched these teams are, as right now Gaylor and Norman a little hot around the net. As Norman was standing on the doorstep, Grasky tried to get him the puck, and Norman swung at it after DeRose had frozen the puck. But each team having opportunities in both periods. In the first period, the Gubbies had a territorial edge. In this period, Hill Murray's got it. Right now, we're going to have a penalty to Todd Norman.
It's called a slash.
Slashed at the puck, slashed at the goaltender, whatever. The referees call him for slashing because DeRose had that puck frozen. Grasky tried to get it out front to him. DeRose makes a save. Watch it right here. That's Norman 6. DeRose now frees the puck. Now watch. Here's this little slash right there. The referee right on the scene calls him for slashing.
And we have a situation now of a power play opportunity for the Governors. And there's a check on Olander coming in over the line. This is Leibel with the puck down in the corner. And another penalty has been called as off goes DeRose, and a great opportunity here, Lou Nanne.
Well, Roth is going to get a penalty on this one. He caught him up high, and now St. Paul Johnson, an interference call going to Roth. And Johnson's going to have a two-man advantage. 3:26 to go in the period. The game tied at 1. Johnson's got Norman in the box for 1:43 and Roth for 2 minutes, so they've got a two-man advantage while Hill Murray tries to kill it off. Johnson trying to go in the lead.
WCCO production facilities were provided in part by Hilltop Trailer Sales in Northeast Minneapolis, a leader in the RV business since 1951.
Well, the Gubbies getting all their firepower out there now, and you can expect them to try and feed Wallen. He's got a tremendous release, very quick, very hard. He's excellent around the net. He's got 50 goals. He's the gunner. He's the guy they're going to try and get it to.
And it comes back over to Larson. Larson with it. Back to Howe. 5-on-3. A shot, and Gallish is equal to the task.
Well, Howe was putting that puck on the net. He had Leibel around the net, but he put a soft shot towards the net. It's something you don't want to do from out there because you're just going to lose control of that puck. Either put it at him hard or try and move that puck around for a better shot.
3 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the second period. A two-man advantage here for the Governors, and it's cleared out of the zone by Dave Griffith, the junior defenseman for the Pioneers of Hill Murray. And the state champs now have to get back at full strength. 1:22 remaining at one penalty, 1:38 on the other penalty time. Dewey Wallen down in the corner of the near side. It's cleared out by Griffith. Good effort so far here by the Pioneers, Lou.
Berthew making a good play at the blue line, allowing Wallen to go outside him as he ran a little pick, but Wallen just lost control of that puck. They've got to gain control of the zone rather than shoot it in.
Wallen and Howe move it up ice. Howe on the wing on the left side. Howe with it now, looking for Wallen. They got Leibel in the slot. And it's Howe sticking him with the puck back to the point, coming cross ice. It goes to Galen with a shot. Kicked out by Galen. Shot the goal by Howe. It's Howe gets his second goal of the tournament, his 36th goal of the year. And it's now 2-1.
While Gaylor shoots the puck towards the net, Wallen at the right side of Gallish is being taken out by the defenseman, so the rebound goes out to a left alone Howe at the left side of the net. You see Gaylor take the shot. That's Wallen being checked. The puck goes to Howe, who's all alone on the left side of your screen. Number 10, and he puts it away. He cruises in the picture right there and puts it up and into the net. Watch Wallen break to the right side of Gallish. He's down by the net, tying up the defenseman right here. That leaves Howe all alone, and he's able to put it up in the opening.
But Lou, more importantly, they still have a man advantage.
That's right, leading 2-1, and Roth still has 1 minute and 2 seconds to go on his interference penalty.
37th assist of the year for Dewey Wallen, and also Gaylor picking up an assist, his 16th of the year. It's a 5-on-4 situation in a 2-1 game. In over the blue line, Larson over the shot of the glove save by Gallish.
Larson coming up ice there with some speed, made some good moves getting over the blue line. And as he was going towards the net, he saw Shermack breaking from the left side, so he figured he'd just put a shot on net. Either it goes in, the goalie might make a save, could be a rebound right there. Shermack on the doorstep would have been able to put it away. But Gallish held on to it very wisely.
And setting it up now, there is 45 seconds remaining in the man advantage. And with it now, coming in over the blue line is Fish on the left side. Fish down to the corner with 2:02 remaining in the second period. And it's cleared by the Pioneers back the length of the ice. 29 seconds remaining. That is Rick Larson moving the puck. Having a little trouble there. Larson got some help from Bardison. And the Pioneers try to flip it and do. Back in behind. Norman chasing the puck on the left side. And 12 more seconds before the Pioneers are at full strength. Norman chasing it down to the corner, trying to pick it up on the wing. And it's played across ice and held in. There's a drive at the net. It's wide. And it comes to the point. There's a shot was taken by Griffith. It's wide. And back at full strength for the Pioneers. so they only give up one power play goal. And moving up ice now, trying to control it is Harvey. Here's Harvey with the puck. Out over to center ice. It's played down in the corner by Howe. And going off in the wing over to pick it up, Grasky for Hill Murray. 1:03 remaining. And going back is Stonich. There's Stonich, and he's bumped by Dewey Wallen. Puck loose down in the corner as we now show 52 seconds remaining in the second period.
Well, Hill Murray got away with just giving up one goal as he had 2 men in the penalty box. They're trailing by 1, but they came out with some fire after that first penalty was nullified because of the goal scored. Todd Norman doing some strong forechecking when they were man short, set up as defenseman Stonich for a couple of shots. They put some pressure on the Gubbies. Now the Gubbies come right back down and have an opportunity just through the strong forechecking of Wallen. That's the way this game's been, up and down. Both teams, a great deal of enthusiasm and fortitude, checking fiercely. A lot of tenacity down there tonight.
And the face-off, Dewey Wallen with the draw, playing it off on the wing on the far side. And it's banked out to the neutral zone with 44 seconds remaining. And coming back in over the line, that is Shermack with it, take it away. Here's Hill Murray down by a goal, coming in over the blue line. Hurt with a shot. Oh, hit the pipe shot and a goal in the corner. As Hurt took the initial shot and the rebound popped out front, Lou.
Hurt took the shot and it seemed to fool DeRose. It hits the far side. Rollick trailing on the play, comes in and puts it in the empty net. You see Hurt on the right side. He shoots the puck, it hits the far post, and it just comes out. Rollick coming in unchecked is able to put it away. It looks like Hurt doesn't get very much on the shot, catches DeRose, handcuffs him somewhat, hits the pipe. Here he comes from the left side, right-hand shot, hitting the far pipe, and Rollick putting it into the empty net with 32 seconds to go in the period, tying this game at 2.
And we've had some late goals scored here tonight.
We certainly have in the earlier games. 6 seconds in one period, 4 seconds in the other period. But here we go at 32 seconds in this period. Hill Murray tying the game. St. Paul Johnson had a 2-1 lead. It looked like they were putting on some pressure. All of a sudden, Hill Murray breaks out, gets a shot off the pipe, rebound to Rollick, right in the net.
Edina over Roseau, 7-0. And it was Hibbing defeating St. Cloud Apollo 6-2, and Bloomington Kennedy over Burnsville by a score of 4-2. All of the action so far here in this, the 40th annual high school tournament. And it's moved up ice, coming in over the line. Dewey Wallen lost control of the puck. And Roth tried to bring it out. It was held in, and Leibel tried to skate toward the net. But the Pioneers now setting it up to bring it out of the zone. With it is Grasky looking on the lead to Norman. Norman in over the line. They got Corella cruising in the slot. And the puck comes loose along the near boards. And it's cleared, but knocked down by Corella. Grasky tried to pick it up. And we've come to the end of the second period of play. And we got a dandy going, Lou, at 2-2.
We certainly have. The pace continues. Both clubs doing everything they can to create opportunities. Each team looking very, very solid. Both clubs having the good scoring chances, but goaltending strong on each side. And right now, going into the third period, many people would have expected this type of game. Fortunately, they're getting to see it because each team very solid, very strong, very quick, and playing with a great deal of enthusiasm.
And with the score 2-2, let's go down to sports control now to Ralph John Fritz and Mark Rosen.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Well, like they say, I guess everyone billed it as this kind of a game, and Mark, it's just been up and down.
Ralph, you know, the emotion is running so high in this game, I have to wonder, no matter what team wins this game, if they'll have anything left for the semifinals tomorrow night, because it's been such a rivalry all year. This is the rubber game of their 3-game series. This is the one that counts. But, you know, there's so much emotion that's been poured out here. You just have to wonder if they will have anything left.
Barring an overtime, of course, this could be the final 15 minutes of hockey for one of these teams coming up. Terry Skripek, the Hill Murray coach, said before the game, I asked him before the game, I said, what do you do with your team? What is your teammate? What do the team players do on the day of a game when you don't play until 9 o'clock? And he said, well, we go to that first game. I'm going to take them to that first game and watch, and I tell them to watch Edina and watch Roseau. Watch what the winning team, how they react at the end of the game. Watch how the losing team reacts. That's all he had to say.
That's all he had to say. Tony Parker is ready in the penalty box of all places. Tony?
Well, gentlemen, you know there's always been a lot of talk about you cannot buy a ticket to the state tournament. And certainly you can't buy a season ticket. But I have two fans here who've been coming to the tournament for 39 of the 40 years. Charlie Powers and Tom Campbell from White Bear Lake. Tom, what made you come the first year?
I like to watch a hockey game.
Nothing special about it in those days?
No, not really.
Okay, Charlie, how about some of the names that you can recall? I'm sure there are a lot of them.
I remember Oscar Amali. He was a great player, and in those days, you know, if you were good, you'd stand out over everybody else, and you'd go down the rink and make a goal, but just about every time you wanted to. And then came this Mayasich, and he could do the same thing. Now you don't see that anymore. They're all good, but in those days it was quite different.
You want to sell your season ticket?
No, no.
How about you, Charlie?
Oh, for about $10,000, I might.
Okay, that's the offer. $10,000 for a season ticket. Back to sports control.
I don't know if he's going to have any takers for that one.
Well, speaking of tickets, I don't know how they're getting all these people in here, Mark, but we have 18,337, the announced house tonight.
They were lined up all the way around the St. Paul Civic Center trying to get in here tonight.
And it is 2-2, Hill Murray and Johnson.
This is Hockey 84, Ralph, continuing coverage of the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
The tying goal in that period came here as Tom Grasky popped in a rebound. Corella, Norman, and Grasky. What a line. Corella, number 10, always is scrapping in there, looking for that puck and getting it most of the time. And this tied it at 1-1 for Hill Murray. The goal by Tom Grasky.
Johnson then with a two-man advantage, and they take advantage as Jim Howe scores his second goal of the game. Steve Gaylor here gets a shot off the rebound, and Howe is in position. A lot of emotion in this game, and it cost Hill Murray because they took a couple of costly penalties. Actually, the first one is what cost him, as Todd Norman went in the penalty box. Howe's goal made it 2-1.
Well, we saw in game one, Mark, how a goal at the end of a period can lift a team, and it did for Kennedy as they beat Burnsville. Here's Steve and Steve. Steve Hurt the shot, Steve Rollick the rebound. That tied it at 2-2 just before the end of that second period. Number 20, Steve Hurt the shot, and then 19, Steve Rollick getting the goal. And as we said, that's it, 2-2, as I wanted to say long, DeRose just couldn't make the save.
You know, I guess a lot of people expected maybe a higher scoring game because both teams are averaging around 7 or 8 goals a game, but you're still getting all that excitement and more in this close 2-2 game tonight.
Okay, well, it's 2-2 after 2, Johnson and Hill Murray, and this is Hockey Coverage 84.
The pressure is on Hill Murray to live up to their championship reputation, but win or lose on the ice, the Pioneer pride runs deep in the heart of the Hill Murray students. There are two uniforms the students of Hill Murray wear with equal pride. One is the green and white of competition. The other is the blue and gray of the classroom. And for all the ribbing they may take for either suit, a Hill Murray student always remains true to their school.
You can say, oh, look at those kids, they got to have to wear black shoes or something, but in the long run, it's going to help us, you know. We have that kind of thing where, yeah, we're Hill Murray, we have to wear these, but we're going to be better because of it.
Hill Murray is a parochial school with an enrollment of 1,500 students from around the metropolitan area. For this diverse blend of students, a variety of classes are offered.
What are the 3 types of motion that you've got about those 3 axes? Greg?
From aviation to the dramatic arts, each student has their chance to soar.
We excel in education and sports, not just sports or not just education.
Discipline in the school hasn't put a lid on enthusiasm. With Principal Frank Ossenbrenner doubling as conductor, the Hill Murray Pep Band is sure to be in top form.
Because everybody here is so behind their sports and everything. Everybody's into the games and everybody loves it. And there's so much support behind it that the players, I think, play better because everybody's out there yelling and having fun.
Will Hill Murray repeat as champs again? Well, that is the question they're all asking, and of course the answer will be found on the scoreboard.
And on the scoreboard right now, after 2 periods, it's Hill Murray 2 and St. Paul Johnson 2. So the final 15 minutes coming up shortly. You know, there was plenty of excitement on the ice this afternoon as kids from Roseau and from Edina, from St. Cloud and Hibbing were getting set to play. But if you think the excitement was high down on the ice, you should have been in the stands.
Be careful, here he comes. Gene and Darvin Johnson made the 7-hour trip from Roseau last night to see their son Don play today. They saw his chance of a shutout fade away in the first period.
What, are they going to pass that bugger or what? Get it out of there. front.
Oh, I can't watch. I can't watch. Donnie, be careful.
Well, maybe they can get going now anyway.
Huh? Oh, get this period over with and we'll start over.
Like all the parents here at the tournament, they're nervous and excited and proud.
I just feel like a lot of pressure is on him because it seems like if they make the mistake, they can't really go back on, try to correct it.
Darvin Johnson also played in goal for Rosa when he was in school, but he didn't want to be out there today.
I get nervous, but I just soon let him play.
Donnie played hard, but the Hornets came back even tougher in the second and third periods.
Don't let him have it! Woo! Doggone it! Donnie!
The Johnsons watched 7 goals get by their son this afternoon, but they never quit cheering, and they're still hoping for a consolation trophy. The Johnsons packed up to go as Mark and Lois Anderkin arrived, with high hopes of a win for Hibbing and their son Nick.
No, we go through peewees and bantams and the whole thing. All of a sudden, here you are at the big show in town, I just can't, it's hard to describe the feeling that you have.
This is our last boy, and this is it. This ends the hockey for high school.
Nick Anderkin is Hibbing's top scorer, but St. Cloud got the only goals in the first period.
Come on! Gee, son of a gun! Okay, here we go. Here we go. It didn't go in! I can't believe it!
Things turned around for Hibbing when Nick tied things up at 2. Hibbing went on to win it, Nick scoring 2 of the Blue Jacket goals.
2, 1! Hey! We got that one. Oh, I can't believe it! I can't believe it!
Boy, the parents sharing all the emotions, Ralph.
I can't watch. I can't watch.
This is Hockey 84, continuing coverage of the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament. Coach Terry Skrypek said, I hope there are no burglars on the east side of St. Paul tonight because they would not even need a gun or a mask. All eyes are on the final period of this hockey game, Ralph.
You got it. We're going back upstairs for the final 15 minutes, barring overtime. Lou and Paul.
Well, thus far, I think I'd have to say this game has been the most competitive of any of the games today, especially because of the execution that these two clubs have had for the first 2 periods. The last game was quite competitive also, but the execution in this game is even better than it has been in the Bloomington Kennedy and Burnsville game.
And we're ready to go with the third period in this 2-2 game. Both teams will begin the period at full strength. And the draw comes back as the Pioneers go back over to set it up. Knocking it down as Wallen tried to center it to the slot. And it's cleared. And moving it up ice, that is Grasky over the blue line. Poke check clear. And it's played down to the corner and centered toward the net, but cleared by St. Paul Johnson. Here's Berthiaume playing it in over the blue line. Out comes Gallish, the goaltender. And it's flipped around the boards to the right point, knocking it down there in a 2-2 game. And moving it up ice. Roth did over the blue line, taking a look. Grasky on the pass, trying to go to Norman. And it was turned away. Back the other way comes the Gubbies. Get over the blue line. There's a shot taken by Wallen on the pass from Fox, and that went wide. And coming back out now, the Pioneers setting it up. Norman is bumped at center ice by Fox. Played in over the blue line, and going back over is Berthiaume. Backhanding it near wing to Fish. Fish up the near side. That's broken up by Schwartz as he played it back in over the blue line. There is Berthiaume. And it goes to Fish, back over to Berthiaume, and he flipped it down in the corner. 13:49 remaining in regulation time. And it's picked up by Howe. Howe with the puck, and he goes back in the pass, hopped over the stick. And it comes back out towards center ice, picked up by Bartison, and he flipped it in. And going behind the net now, the stick hand over the puck, there's Griffin. Working the near boards, and it's held in on the left side, and a shot taken and Gallish to save as Larson played it from the point.
Well, each club coming down the ice with a 3-on-2 opportunity, neither one of them able to execute well enough to get a good shot on net. However, we do see that the clubs aren't feeling the pressure right now. They're able to hold the puck. They're able to skate out of the zone with the puck. They're not just batting it around blindly. they both are very poised hockey teams out here tonight.
And Howe in the face-off circle. Howe in the slot, trying to get off the shot. Knocked down, and the save is made by Gallish.
Howe's just had an excellent night tonight. He wins that draw, and he's got Fish with him on the right side. Backhands that puck over to him. Fish tries to get it by Gallish, but Gallish makes the save.
And the face-off coming up to the right side of Gallish. 23 goals allowed so far this season. And we have 13:21 remaining. And a shot by Bartison, partially deflected in the slot. Howe with a backhander, knocked down, and right in the slot was Harvey, but he didn't see the puck. Played around the boards on the near side as the Pioneers go back to regroup. That is Stonich, who wears number 2. Right wing to Thomas. Thomas up ice, and the pass in the neutral zone. Through the skates of Thomas, backhanded to the blue line, and there is Bartison. Angled down to the corner on the far side as Gallish taking a look. And with the score, 2-2, this is Hockey 84, live from the St. Paul Civic Center. 12:50 remaining in the third period. It's knotted at 2 apiece. Both teams at equal strength. And the puck is loose down to the near boards. Back in the zone of the Governors. And going around to the far side is Petrus. Petrus with the puck, and he tries to wrist it out, getting some help from Wallach. And it was held in, and the save by DeRose. Played it behind his own net on the breakout pass. And going over to stick handle with the puck is Barrett. And he'll go back in behind his own net. This is Barrett angling it on the near wing, trying to hit Boxmeyer. Broke it up in the neutral zone. With it is Roth hit over the line, trying to go to Corella. 2-2 in an exciting game with a lot of up and down action. Norman in the slot, can't get the pass, but it was held in nicely by Schwartz. Played it in the corner. Going around over to pick it up is Petrus off on the far side. Petrus's pass is almost intercepted by Gretzky. And moving it up ice, here's Sherlock. Get over the blue line, playing it in on the left wing. As Hill Murray and St. Paul Johnson are all tied at 2. Held in by Sherlock for the shot. Right out in front. Overskating the puck that time was Wallach. And it's cleared to the blue line of the Pioneers, but held in on the near wing. Boxmeyer in the corner. Around over to Schwartz as he pedals it past Boxmeyer. Still on the near side. In a 2-2 game is the Pioneers. Grasky off over to Corella. Here's Corella playing it rink wide, and it slides down to the left side of the goaltender tonight, which is DeRose. And with the score 2-2, this is Hockey 84 live from the St. Paul Civic Center. 11:20 remaining in regulation time in a 2-2 game. Jurley in the face-off circle, and the draw comes forward. And Jurley with the puck going off as Rana and Hurt move it up ice. Broke it up by Wallen. Laid it back, get over the blue line. It goes up, and moving it in, the shot, and the libel breaking on the left wing. And it's deflected. Gallish had to make the save. Olander there trying to center it toward the net. And now the Pioneers move it up ice. This is Rollick. Rollick to the blue line, and the whistle and play stop. As we have continuing play here. Coming back, get over the blue line, left side. Leibel moving it in, and it's put checked away. Good job defensively in front of the net of the Pioneers. And off on the far side, it's picked up by Rollick. Rollick playing it ahead to Jurley. Jurley in over the line, and his shot deflected off the stick of Berthiaume, up over the glass and out of play.
Well, Mark Stonich made a fine play down in the Hill Murray zone because Leibel was coming all alone in front of the net. As we look at Tim DeRose, who's been solid in the net for the Pioneers thus far. Leibel makes a good play earlier. He breaks towards the net, and at that moment, Stonich came out of nowhere to check that puck away from him, or he'd have been home alone right in front of Gallish.
Face-off coming up to the right side of DeRose. And it goes to Howe. Howe moving it up ice. He has the 2 goals for St. Paul Johnson. Hit over the line and trying to go off on the wing. Heavy traffic in front of the net. And the puck is played as trying to come over is Schwartz, and they'll finally blow the whistle, Lou, and stop the action.
Well, Schwartz made a good move there. He didn't have a stick, and when the puck was down right by him on the ice, the referee wasn't going to blow the whistle for him to freeze the puck. So what you do is just push it towards your teammate with your hand. Don't cover it. Just push it there, so as soon as he touches it, a whistle will blow and you can get your stick.
And the face-off coming up now to the left side. And there's a shot by Fish. And it's steered in the corner with the near boards, picked up by Thomas. Thomas with the puck on the lead pass. That is Mark Johnson. In over the blue line. Mark Johnson over to Bolio. And it's intercepted as St. Paul Johnson set to bring it out of their own zone. In a 2-2 game with 9:50 remaining in regulation time. And a whistle, and we have an injured player back at the blue line. And I believe it is Roth.
It is Roth, and Roth is 6'2", 215 pounds, and he took a solid check.
There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
You see the big defenseman, Mike Roth. He's 6'2", as we said, 215. He moves in to take a check, but it seemed like he might have hurt his shoulder at the same time as he was administering the check. He's only a junior. He's a big boy, big solid defenseman back there for Hill Murray.
And the injured player's still out on the ice, and we'd like to take this time to say thank you to John Wilson and Dan Allen for their help in statistics here tonight. Gentlemen, we appreciate your help.
See Mike Roth moving his left shoulder. It seemed that's where he got hurt a little bit. He jarred himself somewhat as he was laying a check on the Govey forward. And just probably a little stiff and sore for a moment, but it'll go away with the adrenaline running when you're 2-2 in a game like this. You forget about your injuries rather quickly.
Play with the hurts and the pains. Going back over his Stonage, back in behind his own net. Wristing it out on the far side. That is Corella ahead of the pass to Norman. Norman in over the blue line. Norman with a shot off the plexiglass. And it rolls to the near wing. There is Leibel, but it was held in by Stonage. Played in the corner. Goes back over his Gaylor on the wing. It's centered by Grasky. Comes all the way back to the point to Griffith, who flips it to Corella. Corella to work in the wing on the right side. And Corella cross-ice Norman with a shot. And that is wide. It comes to the point of the right side over to Grasky. As right out in front, shot hit the side of the net. As the line of Grasky, Norman, and Corella applying some pressure.
They certainly did. Todd Norman didn't see Grasky standing alone on the right side as he took that pass from Corella. He spun around, put a shot on net. Had he just looked momentarily or saw him there before, Grasky was all alone to DeRosa's left. He would have had a wide open net. But when you don't know what to do with the puck and you're on the net, it's just as good as anything to put a shot on the net. Might go in.
Shermack and Jurley in the face-off circle. And it's set up now, and it's angled around the boards on the far side. St. Paul Johnson moving it up ice. It's a tie game at 2 apiece. Hit over the blue line, whistle, and play will be stopped.
Well, Johnson right there setting up in their own zone. Even though Hill Murray had a deep forecheck on him, the key is to make sure you get control of that puck if it comes around the boards, and that's what Converse did to get it out.
And the clock showing 8:47 remaining in regulation time. This is Hurt. Hurt coming in over the blue line, sliding across ice, and a shot is fired wide. And another good scoring opportunity. Rollick, Jurley, and Hurt combining on the line combination. Got it set up down on the wing, and trying to bring it out is Harvey. Held in, and it went cross ice. Jurley trying to go off over to Rollick and Hurt. It's Jurley working the wing to the point, and the pass is set up. Here's a potential break. Sherlock get over the blue line, knocked down by Gallish, the goaltender, and beneath him lies the puck.
And it's going to be a hooking penalty probably on Roth.
And there's a break in the action, and we'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Well, we see Dave Schwartz serving the penalty for hooking. He had to slow the man down somewhat. You see the Johnson man breaking away. He's all alone. And Schwartz just hooked him because he wasn't going to let Shermack get in on alone on Gallish, pulling him down. That's called a good penalty.
And it's set up on Gallish again, the 6th binder of the game, Lou, and the penalties are certainly not equal. We have one going against St. Paul Johnson.
That one against Hill Murray was a smart penalty to take because Shermack was in alone. Gallish was coming out. If Shermack could have controlled the puck, he could have walked around him, had an open net. You might as well take your chances killing the penalty than giving a guy a breakaway.
And it's played up ice now, and striding back is Don Berthium with 27 points on the year. Both goals tonight have been scored by Howe. And it goes to Leibel. Leibel on the lead pass. That is Dewey Wallen. Wallen just outside the blue line will flip it in as Gallish leaves it go. Coming back over his Stonage. And the clearing pass is held in on the wing to Olander. And he tried to go to the point. It comes back over to Berthium, who was back in the neutral zone. Berthium now will move it past to Rollick. Here's Berthium with a drive. Knocked down by Galley. Should have was cleared by Griffith.
And the Hill Murray defense sagging way too far back at that time. They were at the top of their circles, letting Berthium come right in. They should have been up at that blue line, not allowing him to come in so easily. They're giving that zone up far too easily.
And this is Dewey Wallen in over the line on the left side. Wallen to Olander. And his shot is deflected off the stick of Robb. Back to the point of the far side. We have 56 seconds remaining on the Pioneer penalty. 7:07 remaining in the game. It's all tied up at 2-2. Hope you're enjoying it here in the final game in the quarterfinals on a late Thursday evening.
Well, Berthium not quick enough to get to that blue line. Once you gain that zone, the Gubby defense should move up there quickly, holding that puck in. You want to put the pressure on. If you just hesitate momentarily, that puck comes so fast before you know it, it's out of the zone, and that's what happened right there. The Gubby's not able to put any sustained pressure on right now.
6 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in regulation time. It's knotted up at 2 apiece. This is Rick Larson. Larson now will move it in over the blue line on the left side. Larson with the puck in the corner. Larson setting it up. The clock shows 28 seconds remaining at a man advantage. Bardison back over on the wing to Fish. Back over to Bardison. Back to Fish. Played in the corner on the near side. And 18 seconds remaining before the Pioneers are at full strength. And Corella backhands it out of the zone. And striding back is Howe. And Norman will check him. Norman dug it loose. And then Norman was checked. Norman with the puck in the corner on the right side. Bumped by Howe. And St. Paul Johnson sets it up to Harvey on the far side. Back at full strength as Schwartz comes out of the penalty box. On the far wing, it's set up by Larson. And stick handling with the puck. Both teams full strength, but a penalty's been called as off goes DeRose. And it's going to be power play hockey. Whistle and play is going to be stopped. And there's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Well, Todd Norman called for cross-checking, and now the Pioneers with their 6th minor against them really testing fate, because the Gubbies having 6 power play opportunities, sometimes they could capitalize. The Gubbies only shorthanded once tonight, and Hill Murray's going to have a tough time winning this game if they continue to play shorthanded. There's 5:58 to go. Cross-checking penalty called on Norman. The Gubbies back in a power play again.
And they set it up on the near boards. With it is Olander to the point to Berthium. Back over to Olander to Dewey Wallen. Oh, and his pass is intercepted, and with it is Rollick. Rollick moving it up ice. Rollick get over the blue line of the pass, and there's his shot. And the save by DeRose, and he decides to hold on and then play it. The Rollick whistle and play will be stopped. And I'll bet you Dewey Wallen would love to have that puck back and try and pass it again.
That's right. And I'm certain right now DeRose a little confused when he couldn't find anyone to put that puck to, getting the face-off in his own zone while they're on the power play. They should have been able to get that puck and move it out quickly, trying to catch a couple of the Hill Murray forwards down deep. Instead, they're going to get a face-off. Hill Murray wins the draw. They can get a good shot on net.
And we have 5 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in regulation time. It's all tied up at 2 apiece. And moving it up ice. Both teams have won a game against each other this season. And Larson coming cross ice on the pass over to Bardison to the blue line. Broke it up there. And Norman sitting in the penalty box. He has 1:20 remaining in his penalty time as you look at time remaining in the game. And it's loose along the boards of the near side over to Fish. Fish with the puck. Lost it to Thomas, and he'll fire it in behind DeRose. DeRose leaving it go for Rick Larson. 1:05 remaining in the penalty time. And moving it up ice. Here's Larson weaving his way in over the line. But it was cleared and picked up at center ice by Bardison. Bardison to pass to Fish. Back over to Bardison. Rink wide. And it goes over to Larson. Larson to the blue line. On the play ahead. That's broken up and cleared out of the zone by Rock. And chasing it down in this corner is Tony Corella. And it was steered away from him, and Corella at center ice trying to pick it up, coming in over the line. This is Leibel with the puck. Leibel working the wing, trying to go to Wallen, skating to the crease. And it was held in by Gaylor to Wallen, cleared out of the zone by Griffith. Broken up by Berthium. Berthium with the puck now. 4 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in regulation time. Here is Leibel. Leibel with his shot, and the glove save by Gallish.
Gallish making a good glove save as he saw Wallen right in front of him. Wallen trying to get free from the defenseman. Wasn't able to do that. Gallish gets the save, gets the face-off. Up to this point, Hill Murray's done an outstanding job killing penalties. They've been shorthanded for the last 3.5 minutes. There's 14 seconds actually to go into penalty to Todd Norman for cross-checking. 4:11 to go in the period.
And it's set up with the far side by Thomas trying to bring it in. That is Leibel. Shot fired wide. Gallish hook checking it clear with a big stick in the corner. And it's set up now. Olander trying to go to the slot. Olander behind the net. Working along with Griffith, and back out of the ice is Norman. Berthium with it. And to move it up ice. Here's a 2-on-1. It is Rollick in over the line. And Rollick and Norman. The shot and the save, and gathered in by DeRose.
Well, Rollick went down a 3-on-1 actually. Rollick coming down. He's got Norman on one side. He's got Thomas on the other. You see him right here. He's on the right side. He could have dropped it here to Thomas or given it across to Norman. He elected to take the shot, hoping for the rebound. DeRose making the save and stopping the rebound. A little quick whistle blowing right there, and a face-off to DeRose's left. Right here, actually a bad angle shot by Rollick. He should have been passing that puck either to Thomas or Norman, preferably Thomas, because he was coming right down the middle and he would have had 2 options to shoot or pass.
That is Perella trying to go to Norman in the slot, and a drive by Roth. And it was picked out of the air.
Well, Roth's shot getting up a little too high, enabling DeRose to catch that puck as Norman, Perella, Grasky all around the net, hoping to get a rebound. The defenseman should keep that shot down if he can. It's better to deflect. You might even get a rebound, but at least you will prevent the goaltender from catching it so easily and getting the stoppage in play.
Every ounce of strength now, both teams, with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, as they put all effort into every shift, coming in over the blue line. Out with the puck, he's checked by Perella, trying to center it to Harvey, and it's cleared by Norman. There's Norman with it, and he lifts a little 9-iron in the air to the blue line. It comes back of it a fish. Whistle and play will be stopped. If you're thinking overtime, the last one in the tourney, 1982, Edina over Bloomington Jefferson, 3-2.
Well, right now it certainly looks of overtime. 3:12 to go. Both clubs checking closely. They're getting a good opportunity here and there, but the goaltender's playing very sharply, not allowing any goals. DeRose and Gallish being equal to all the tasks in this period.
And it's set up now, and moving the puck, here's Olander coming in over the blue line. His shot, and the glove saved by Gallish.
Each goaltender just making sure they're not going to allow that puck to be bouncing freely around the net. Puck gets up high, they glove it, and they're holding it for a face-off. That's why the remaining part of this game, face-offs could be key. Win those face-offs in the offensive zone and get a good shot if you can.
And it's picked up in stick handling with it is Griffith. Griffith handling it on the far side. As holding the zone, a shot pushed toward the net. Heavy traffic, and it's cleared in the near wing. And with it is Hurt, moving up ice. And the lead to Jurley, and over the line to Rollick. Back to Jurley, and it's cleared. And St. Paul Johnson back 2-on-2. Dewey Wallen in over the blue line, tried to go right side. Wallen with a shot. Leibel in the slot. And it's cleared on the far side to Griffith, to the point where it's held in. And there's Olander, shot and goal by Greg Olander, getting the goal, his 16th of the year. And it is 3-2, St. Paul Johnson.
I believe it was Gaylor shooting that puck from the point. The puck was stopped in front by the defenseman Griffith. The rebound coming right out to Olander. He just swung at it, put it by Gallish. You see Olander right there, number 11. He's going to get the rebound. Here's a shot from the point. It's blocked with his skate, but the rebound goes right to Olander, and he just blasts it home. There's Olander taking that shot up and over Gallish, putting St. Paul Johnson ahead, 3-2 with 2:30 remaining. Here's the shot again. He's going to go back to the blue line. Gaylor at the point's going to shoot it. Griffith is going to make the skate save, but the rebound's going to go to Olander. Right here, number 9. Griffith makes a fine save of the puck, but it goes right to Olander, and he fires it up and over Gallish. The score, St. Paul Johnson, Gubbies 3, Hill Murray 2.
Can you imagine, all over the state of Minnesota and wherever this telecast is going, people sitting on the edge of their seats. And with it now, this is Thomas to the blue line, broken up. And Hill Murray, the defending champions, trailing by a goal. And the puck is loose in center ice. Berthium tried to advance, and it's knocked down. And it's flipped by Roth in the corner with the far side as Gaylor goes back. Taylor angling it around the boards. It's held in by Thomas. Thomas with the puck. Berthiaume poke checked it clear. And it's played to the point. And moving it up ice. Here's Dewey Wallen coming in the drop pass as he tries to go to Leibel. Is intercepted, and now Hill Murray back in the neutral zone. As Howe tried to pick it up. Howe at the blue line, lost it to Thomas. Here's Thomas on the right wing, working in over the blue line. Thomas played it to the left side of the net, and it was casually put away by DeRose.
Well, Dewey Wallen was breaking down one-on-one there. He thought he had a man with him, dropped the puck. Instead, it was a Hill Murray Pioneer coming back and picked it up. As they did, they come down for an opportunity. Fortunately, DeRose froze that puck as he had a wingman, Rolla, coming in on the far side. Didn't want to leave that puck line 3 with a 1-goal lead and 1:44 to go.
And the face-off coming up, both teams at equal strength. Face-off to the left side of DeRose, back in the Governor's zone. And the draw comes forward. It's picked up by Bartison. Bartison on the pass to Fish. Fish out of his own zone of the lead ahead. And Grasky tried to pick it up. Knocked down. Harvey had it. He lost it. And this is Grasky at the blue line, losing it to Bartison. To Howe. Backhanding it in over the line. 1:25 remaining in regulation time. It is a 3-2 game. As St. Paul Johnson 22-3 on the year. Hill Murray 22-2, the defending champion. Going back is Larson on the breakout. It's knocked down in the neutral zone, coming over to pick it up on the lead ahead. Here's Stonich in over the line to Norman. Norman is bumped by Fish. Norman carries it to the blue line. And he plays it in. 1 minute remaining in regulation time. It goes back over to Bartison on the far wing on the breakout. It's held up at center ice as now the Pioneers needing a goal in 49 seconds to tie this game. Here is Harvey in over the line, and Harvey had it cleared off in the corner by Griffith, picked up by Corella. Here's Corella now with help from Stonich. And Stonich with it out towards center ice. Will the net be empty? Here's Norman in over the line as Gallish goes off. And it's set up a shot. Oh! Right on the doorstep. Right there was Corella, and the save by DeRose.
What a save that was. Corella having a perfect beat. Norman drawing that puck in deep, feeding it across to Grasky, to Corella on the doorstep. Watch this. Here's Norman going around the outside. He passed the puck in deep. It gets deflected to Corella, and DeRose reaching across, never seen die, grabs it out of the air, and Hill Murray's hopes fading quickly with a grasp of DeRose's glove with 27 seconds to go. What a play. Grasky right there across to Corella. He thought it was in the net.
Holy smokes, 27 seconds remaining. The net is empty, and we've got a timeout here.
What a play. Todd Norman, never saying quit, takes that puck. He goes around the outside, gives it to Grasky, who quickly passes that right across to Corella, and that's been the save of the day. What a save by DeRose. He just pulled all the hopes of Hill Murray right out of the air.
I tell you what, if it remains as is here, Lou, I think DeRose is going to get mobbed by his teammates at the end of the game.
DeRose is going to get mobbed, and the coach, Rod Magnuson, is going to get questioned as to who's going to play in the net tomorrow night.
He rotates his goaltenders. Dembowski would go then tomorrow night. But that's a coaching decision, boy, that he may think a little bit about tonight, huh?
Well, fortunately, if anybody's got to think about it, it's not you or I, because that'd be a tough decision. I want to tell you this, DeRose has played superbly throughout, but that save was the save of the day. Just a brilliant maneuver. Here you see Norman going to the outside. He slides in a quick pass to Grasky, deflects it across, and DeRose, even though he's off balance, he never quits. He reaches, he's got the glove there, and he snaps it out of the air.
That is the coach, Rod Magnuson, looking on. We still, though, have 27 seconds remaining in regulation time. The Pioneer net is empty, and we've got another timeout.
Well, Coach Rod Magnuson, wanting his players to get a little rest, he calls the timeout.
Terry Skrypek, in his 11 years, has come up with a lot of wins, 256, 30 losses and 4 ties.
And this St. Paul Johnson team has come through some tough games of late also. I saw them play Hastings over at the Coliseum. Just an outstanding game going into overtime, and that was an excellent hockey game. That Hastings Hockey Club, by the way, with a couple of fine youngsters coming along, is going to be heard from.
Well, St. Paul has won the last 4 games in a row. Hill Murray the last 14 in a row. St. Paul opened with 6 in a row. Then they lost to North St. Paul 4-2. They won 11 in a row before losing to Hill Murray 5-2. They also lost to Minneapolis Southwest 7-4.
And the St. Paul Johnson team really hasn't had enough accolades as far as their defense goes. Their defense has played very solidly. And I want to say that Gaylor back in defense, he's made some outstanding plays, not only in the offensive zone, but in his defensive zone, being big and strong around that net, making sure that no one's getting the extra shot at the Rose.
27 seconds remaining in regulation time. The net is empty. The Pioneers with the extra attacker out on the ice. It's 3-2. Here at the Civic Center in the draw. Goes to Berthiaume. And he angled it out of the zone and he cleared it. And 20 seconds remaining now. And we got an icing call.
Well, Hill Murray all staying back. They should have 5 guys up on the line, making sure that should Johnson win the draw as they did there, they're going to be under intense pressure to get it out. As it is right now with 3 people sitting back, Johnson just has to tie for the draw, and they've got the extra man that can move in and get that face-off. The key is to win the face-off. They should have 5 people up, have Norman draw it to the shooter, and if they lose, at least they can move in quickly and not allow him to shoot that puck out of the zone. Right now, Johnson's in a good position just to tie.
And we have 20 seconds remaining, and a shot fired wide. That is Norman behind the net. Around to the far side, Leibel in the corner. It's Hurt back to the point. Going cross ice. That is Ross with a shot. And it was batted out of the air. His diving back was DeRose. And it's cleared. We have 2 seconds. There it is. St. Paul Johnson, the Governors, have defeated the defending state champions, the Pioneers of Hill Murray, 3-2. And I hope that DeRose is all right at the bottom of that line.
I'm certain that he is, and I want to tell you that the Hill Murray had another great opportunity as DeRose makes a glove save. It bounced in the air. Both he and the Pioneer man swung at the puck. I'm not so certain that it wasn't the Pioneer player that hit the puck away as he tried to direct it into the net. But DeRose coming up big again, upsetting the defending champs Hill Murray in a well-earned victory because this St. Paul Johnson Hockey Club played strongly throughout. Both teams played superbly. The best game of the day by far because he executed well. Both teams did all the way through. The game earlier tonight was very competitive, but the execution here better, and each team deserving to win, but only one can, and that's St. Paul Johnson Gubbies winning over the defending state champs Hill Murray.
And Howe got his 35th and 36th goals of the year for the Governors. And what proved to be the winning goal was scored by Olander, his 16th goal of the year at the 12:30 mark of the period. And the Governors now 23-3 will move on to the semifinals. That, of course, in the championship bracket as Terry Peck walks off the ice. So it's been a thriller, Lou. Thank you for joining me throughout today. And now let's go down to Sports Control with Ralph John Fritz and Mark Rosen.
Well, thank you, Paul. Louis, what can you say? I'm just spent after watching that game. That'll go down and rank among the best ever in state tournament history, Ralph.
I think everyone's emotionally drained, Mark. And, you know, it's ironic, Hill Murray was shorthanded so much of that period, and that's not really when the scoring was done.
Tim DeRose, 5'4", 130 pounds, a junior goalie for St. Paul Johnson. He'll be remembered for the goalie that stopped Hill Murray, the defending state champs.
And, of course, the question is, again, now, will he be in goal tomorrow? But Rod Magnuson, the coach, told me earlier this week there's no way. It's not a tough decision. He will have Dave Dombrowski in goal tomorrow.
What a scene on the ice. Let's toss it to Tom Hanneman.
Okay, Mark, and we are standing by with 3 very happy men. Let's begin with Coach Rod Magnuson. What impressed you the most about the Governors in this game tonight, Rod?
Well, I was impressed with both teams. I think I was 100% effort from both squads, and I'm as proud of my guys as I can be, but I'm also really proud of Hill Murray. They gave us 100%, and it was a heck of a game.
Greg Olander with a winning goal in the 3rd period. Were you at all surprised with your team's performance tonight?
Yeah, I was. 2nd period, we kind of let down. 1st period, we were doing okay. And 3rd period, I think we just had it. We had more heart than they did. We wanted it more.
Jim Tim DeRose, the goaltender tonight, you had to be a little bit worried towards the end there as Edina put on quite a rush. You came up with a big save with about 48 seconds to play.
Yeah, I guess it was just meant to be. Meant to be.
How do you see your team doing against Kennedy?
I don't know. They're a good hockey team. We're going to have to play as good as we did tonight or maybe better.
All right, guys, good luck. Thank you so much. Back to Sports Control.
So there you have it. The final is 3-2 as Johnson upsets the defending state champions from Hill Murray.
Ralph, everyone expected a Hill Murray-Burnsville game in the semifinals. Instead, those teams will be playing for the consolation. But I'll tell you, a great effort by everyone tonight.
Right, and this is Hockey 84.